welcome once again to another edition of the Daily Trend, a program that always analyzes daily issues and brings you nothing but the best. I am Miss Afrani Okese-Patience, your host for today, and today we are going to discuss a very sensitive topic that's on the rise in our societies and the world at large. I have here with me my co-hosts who will be sharing with us their experiences and their knowledge, but before that we are going for a short break. We'll be right back. Welcome once again. Today we're talking about homosexuality. Welcome. I have here with me my Mr. Elvis. And I have here with me Mr. Edward.
Yeah, Edward.
Mr. Elvis, when you talk about homosexuality, I know it's now very common, it's rampant in our societies, on the media. Everyone is talking about it. What is homosexuality?
Okay, homosexuality is, simply put, is having attraction or having a feeling for same sex. If you're a male, you're having a feeling for another male, or if you're a female, you're having a feeling for another male, and you tend to have sex with that same person.
Okay, Mr. Edward, homosexuality.
Yeah, I think he said it. Homosexuality, per my understanding, is the sexual attraction between members of the same sex. So it's actually more or less like you have a feeling for the other. Maybe you're a male, as I said, you have a feeling for your colleague who is also a male. So
okay, as you said, sexual attraction or romantic attraction between members of the same sex or same gender.
Yeah.
So, if a man has a sexual attraction for the other man, and then a female has sexual attraction, romantic attraction for the other female, is it the same, or you have different forms of it?
Yes,
Do you have different forms of it, or different types, or they are just the same?
They have different forms of homosexuality.
Okay.
You have lesbianism.
Mm-hmm.
You have transgender. You have gay, which has to do with the male.
Okay.
The male, the lesbianism has to do with the female.
Okay.
Transgender has to do with you transform yourself. Probably a male, you transform yourself to completely a female.
Okay.
And you have the case too. And you have bisexual. You having feelings for both male and female. You can go for anyone you want.
That is, it can be that you're a gay or you are a lesbian.
You're a lesbian.
But I still have the attraction for the opposite sex.
For opposite sex. You can have a boyfriend.
That makes you a bisexual.
Yeah, that's what makes you a bisexual. You can have a boyfriend as a girl, and you still have attraction for female sex.
All right. Mr. Edward,
yes.
any form or types of homosexuality?
Yeah, okay. To add up to what Elvis said, we have bi-curious too. It's similar to bisexual. One being is bisexual. We're actually having an attraction, sexual attraction or a romantic attraction for both sex. The person might probably have maybe a sex partner, like maybe the person has a male sex partner and at the same time a female sex partner.
Okay.
So that's actually like bisexual, but we have something which is also similar to that, which is the bi-curious, as I said. We have genophilia too, which is like the sexual attraction for femininity.
Okay.
Yes, and we have androphilia too, which is a sexual attraction for masculinity. And we have polysexuality, that's having multiple sexual relation or probably attraction with other all the genders, let me put it that way.
Okay, but if you say having sexual attraction for the femininity, can it be that a man also having an attraction for a female? Can it be classified as that? Or it's only female to female?
Yeah, come again with that.
You said, you made a point,
Sure.
I've forgotten the term, but you said it's having a sexual attraction for femininity.
Yeah, that's genophilia.
Okay, so can it be a man to a female or always female to female?
Okay, fine. It's quite obvious because genophilia is like sexual attraction for femininity. That's a female having a sexual attraction for the fellow female.
Oh, okay.
That's like lesbianism.
Very good. So it's more or less a modified.
A modified name.
Thank you very much. It's well elaborated.
But you know, this issue is on the rise in our societies. People are really talking about it. Religious bodies are talking about it. All other organizations are talking about it.
Sure.
And it has a kind of stigma and discrimination. Let's say if you're a gay or you're a lesbian, people have a kind of perception about you.
Yeah.
You get it? So how does this stigma and this discrimination affect or influence these people, their lives?
Yeah,
These gays and these lesbians.
It goes a long way to putting into depressions. Like, probably I grew up not knowing that what I knew when I was growing up, but like, as a man, as a guy, you have to love a female. But when I was growing up, I saw movies and everything. I saw males loving males and even getting married to them. So it was bizarre to me because I could not understand.
Yeah, but I do know this stigma can actually be deadly.
Very, very deadly.
Because
That's why I'm going there.
because there was a doctor's report. He said he had a patient who drank some mad pills to commit suicide just because the father disowned him, realizing that he was a gay. You get it? Yeah. So because the father disowned him, that kind of discrimination.
Yeah. And you find that some of them, they actually summon courage to come out to speak, like, I'm a girl, I can't hide it anymore. And from that moment, you find out that they lost their friends, even their family members start saying, no, we can't associate with you. And I ever heard of a story in Nigeria, someone drank perfume.
Okay.
Had to drink a full bottle of perfume. He almost died, but he was taken rushed to the hospital and he survived that. So, like, if this thing continues in our society, you find out that we have more people that are dying, male and female, that are dying every day, and they have rights too, because they are human beings. They have human rights and everything. So,
because most people actually experience emotional trauma because of this
stigma.
Very good. You see, sometimes they're even denied of proper care in their society. But in as much as something of this, you see, sometimes it depends on your religion. Sometimes, and the society you come from. So some societies don't really patronize this kind of act. And then because you are probably like that, they seem to stigmatize you with that kind of, bad act. It's fine. For me, if you are found in a particular society that they actually disregard such act. If you think that maybe you belong to a family and then you are one, and then you belong to a family that they are also against that act. Families out there, you can talk to whoever is in that act. Talk to the person. We are equally human beings. If you think your religious principles are actually against that, talk to the person. If the person is not ready to change or probably give in to you, whatever thing advice you are giving to him or her, the person can leave his or her life. After all, we are equally not perfect. If the day comes for us to be judged and our religious principles are not actually against that, then the person will face the consequences. It's not that we are supposed to actually let the person face our human rights, the laws set in the society. Maybe the particular country disregards it and the person is going to die prematurely. The person is going to be beaten or be to be abused or something like that.
And you find that in some countries, they've actually put a very, very strong punishment for anybody caught in that act.
Okay.
Some are bent.
Yeah, so like in Nigeria, if you are caught in that, it's 14 years in prison, 14 years straight. I think in Kenya, it's 7 years imprisonment. So all these things, all these kind of laws will make all these people not come out to say it. They'll be doing it in secretively. They'll not come out to say the reason. Say they are come out to stand for what they really.
But definitely, if I know that if people get to know I'm a lesbian and I'll be banged to death, will I come out to say it?
That's the fear.
Definitely, I'll be out.
You won't
I'll keep it in my closet.
Nobody wants to die.
Sure.
Nobody wants to die. You want to live. So what can we say? To some countries that have already legalized, not legalized actually, they've already put some strong punishment to the arts.
Okay.
So we can't tell the government to stop to take off the law to do something about it. So if you find yourself in that situation, you find yourself having sexual attraction to the same sex. You start.
And do you know that most of the times this kind of stigmatization have some kind of mental problems associated with them, because there was a study that says that if you take 10 people who are homosexuals, when you take 8 out of the 10, there are people who have attempted suicide before. And when you take 6 out of these 10, there are people who are on illegal drugs, and then people who are depressed. You get it? So definitely there's stigma and how we discriminate them, because let's say you're a manager in a company. I come to seek for a job, and then you realize I'm a lesbian. What's the probability that you take me? Do you get it?
Secure the job.
Definitely you say no, because unless maybe the person also shares the same view with you, because if not, the person will not get you the job.
And come to think of it, if it's not legalized in your country, and you end up employing such person, and later the government finds out, your company will be penalized.
Oh, but the issue is, even those countries that they are legalized, how legalized are they? Viewers, I know we are really enjoying the program. We are going for a short break. We'll be right back. Stay tuned. Hello and welcome back once again. We are continuing with the fight for or against, as you said, that in some countries it has been legalized. Whether you've done transgender, whether you're bisexual, whether you're a lesbian, whether you're a gay, you get it. Some countries have been legalized, but how legalized it is. So does it mean that if it's legal, let's say in this country, in Togo, I'm just saying that in case it is legalized, does the people actually have the freedom to do whatever they want?
One thing is to legalize it. The other thing is to make the people actually practice it.
Sure.
So you might, in a country, they might have legalized it, but the people, the citizens that have this normal notion that lesbianism, transgender, and homosexuality is not good, they won't still live with someone that is an homosexual. They won't, because they don't like it. Like now, the Christians is forbidden. Okay. You can't be heard of by an homosexual. It's not possible. If you are, they'll discriminate you. That's it.
So, Mr. Edward, I want to talk about the fight for the homosexual to legalize it. How do you think about it? Do you have any view to share with us? Because
fighting for it is actually it's another thing altogether. Let's take a country like Ghana, for instance. Maybe if we have people who are actually into the such act, and then majority of them too are people who are into this government position.
Positions, yes.
Okay. Big men actually, and then your young ones into it, using their their affluence. Yes. They have a lot of money, they have this and that, and then you lure young ones into it. Now they want to legalize it. Fighting for it, for me, in this sense, is just that maybe they should fight for the rights. They are fighting for the rights. Their rights that, okay, yes, I'm this and that. I'm a lesbian.
They should not be discriminated.
They should actually be accepted the way they are, or who they are actually. So it's something that, for me, I would say that regardless of who someone is, yes, we equally have weed smokers. We have people who are into smoking, people who are on hard drugs and other things. They are equally, some deviant behaviors in the societies that we are actually trying to get rid of, or probably in as much as they are into such act, they are still, some of them are accepted, majority of them. So why don't we accept such people like who they are? Let's respect their rights.
I saw a documentary some days ago talking in Botswana. I think they decriminalized it, and you can now practice it in Botswana. So.
But sometimes it depends on the powers in this world. You have some countries that have powers to the extent that if they bring something that is global, and you are a country, let's say you're under them, and then you refuse to do it, there's some kind of restriction. Let's say you're on your trade, on your currency, you get it. Most of the time, the developing countries develop on, depends on these developed countries. Because right now, the Trump administration in US, they've launched a global effort to legalize homosexuality. So if you're under them and then you say that, I'm not following this launch of decriminalizing the homosexuality, how will you fare? You get it?
Yes.
Definitely, you'll be restricted. There are some things that you won't get because most developing countries take loans and other things from them. You get it?
And you see, like the USA, if the USA, they've already legalized it in the USA. So if the other countries, developing countries that depends on the US for food and all the other thing, for commerce, economic stuff like that. If they don't legalize it in their country, and if the US have already told them to legalize it and they said no, it will actually bring a fridge. It will be a fracas. And now that's when the UN comes in. Now you can't force any country to legalize it because you've already legalized it.
But this one is a global effort.
It's a global
so
effort.
It's not only about the Americans.
Now it has to do with your country. If the government does not want it, so it does have to be like that.
If the country
So if you find yourself, if you find out that you're a lesbian or you're a gay, and your society does not accept it, please travel out of the society. Sort out of that place. If not, if they catch you, they might burn you to death, and you might go to prison for it.
It's actually something that, yes, I will probably side with him, because if your society says your religion is against it, yes, you can equally change your religion.
Change your religion.
Because for instance, I wouldn't go in for that because my religion is against it. And it wouldn't even happen. But if somebody maybe is like that, the person wants to actually live long.
But mind you, your country is going to decide on it. It's not your religion. Do you get it? So the head of the state.
And so you leave the country if you want. If you only want.
Oh, seriously? What if you don't have the means?
If you don't have the means,
and don't forget,
it's up to you.
The religions, they are part of the government too. So before the government can take any decision like that, the big heads, the pastors and the imams and everybody in every religion must have agreed to it.
And
so,
would you also, you see, that just reminds me, would you also even go in for something like transgender? Like, do you know it comes with a lot of money.
Oh, but it's interest.
It's very expensive.
It's personal interest.
Now,
if I have the means.
Expensive.
Now, I think what actually causes that transgender, like...
But some people do it.
The people do it because, like Caitlyn Jenner, he transformed from a man to a woman. So what actually causes stuff like this is probably discrimination in the society. For the women, they think for society, they think the women are very weak and they cannot do some things and everything. So
really?
they don't want to be tagged as weak. So they don't want to change to a man. Okay, now I'm a man. I can do what they say the so-called men can.
So maybe that will probably be one of the reasons why. And
there was a movie I saw not quite long, Sabrina. There's a character in that movie. She's a girl, but because she don't want to be tagged as a girl, she told her father that I'm a gay, like I'm a lesbian. Now is the you know in lesbianism there are two types. The male and the female. The female that behaves like a male and the male. So like she told her father that I don't want to be a woman. I want to be a man, but she's a woman. So she went to the school. There was too much discrimination and everything, but at the end she won. She was not regarded as a boy. Hey dude, boy come here. Not like hey lady, stuff like that again. It was not regarded like the way men, all the rights of the men, she now had it, stuff like that. So
she underwent this transition.
She didn't. Yes. Because the movie is a fiction actually. It has to do with magical stuff like that. She had to go and transform herself to a man.
You get it. And it's really happening. Some people are really I don't know, just changing into the opposite sex. You get it. But should it be the case? Should it?
But you know, there are some people. Oh, why was I born a female? You get it? Oh, I really like if I was born a male. So if they have this kind of interest and they get the means, definitely go in for it.
But I don't think it's naturally necessary.
Oh, that depends on you.
You're wonderfully made, man.
Oh, sure. No, that is your understanding. But they don't share the same view with you.
For me, my problem is it's very expensive, and then does it even have actually something like health implications?
And to me, people that goes for transgender, you have a lot of money, and you don't want to help the poor. You don't want to use it for something. You want to go and use it to transform your gender.
So they have a lot of money. But taking into consideration their basic needs.
Okay, so in that case,
basic needs. Come on.
So in that case, as you said that they have money, they don't know what to do with the money. You don't help the society. So those who also are lesbians or gays and they are also attracted to the opposite sex. Let's say you were gay and you also have a girlfriend. Can I also say that they are greedy?
Okay. If I'm a gay and I have
so that's being by someone.
That being bisexual.
Yeah, sure.
Now you have been a bisexual. You can go for any sex, opposite sex, same sex. You can go. You can have for anybody. You want to enjoy the both parts.
Hey, really?
So that's how being bisexual. But come on.
Okay, but you know, as you said, some religious institutions are against this thing. You get it? But I've not actually heard. Maybe you have something because. Have you ever come across any religion by that's for
this homosexuality? In some countries, they don't really discriminate. In some countries, I remember some time ago I was making a research on something like that.
But sometimes, you know, even in Africa, You have South Africa, you have Botswana and Co. that they've legalized it.
Yes, yeah.
But is it actually the country or the religious body within the country? Because sometimes, let's say your government can make a rule, but does your religious body actually accept it?
Yes, of course.
That's a different thing.
Some religious bodies actually accept it. That's how come we have same-sex marriage.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because
Definitely, it's happening to the church.
Exactly, and they bless it for them.
Because if you are a Christian, it's actually a priest that will join both of them together.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah.
You get it. So some religious bodies actually accept it. They even bless their marriage. They may kiss your bride. That's interesting. They may kiss your bride. You get it.
But okay, all these, will I say, is I don't know how to even describe it. But do you have remedies? How can you deal with them? Because it's actually a widespread now. It's rampant.
Yeah. Okay.
How can you deal with them?
Okay. To me, the remedy is not for making someone that is already gay to not convince the person, but the remedy is for discrimination, not making people enter depression and everything, is to sanitize the school. That the school they attend, probably a university or it has to start from the primary school, high school. You have to meet with the principal, the PTA, Parent Teachers Association. When they have a meeting, meet with the teacher that there are some students like this in this school. Tell this other student not to discriminate them, not to criticize them, because this can actually lead to very high depression, and it can lead to suicide. Okay. So if you find out that you are a gay, probably when you are growing up, there are some girls that behave like guys, even though they are not gays, or even though they are not lesbians, but they just like to do the way guys behave the way guys behave. When you find out that some in schools and in secondary schools and in university, they discriminate these people because they say, yeah, a lady should dress like a lady, not a guy, even though they are not lesbians.
Sure.
So we should try and send forums, lectures for these people, not to discriminate these people, because they are not actually into homosexuality or lesbianism, but they just love dressing like a guy.
Okay, but as you said, the school also has a role to play here.
Yes.
They can also discourage the students about harassment, bullying, and this violence. Because there was a time I met one, now he's even a pastor. He told me that when he was a kid, the maid in their house bullied him, like had it with him. He was a guy, the maid was a guy. You get it? So it wasn't his intention.
Sure, yes.
So in this case, we can say that he had consent to it. So the school can also discourage the students about this harassment. Because this a kind of punishment. Your senior can say that, oh, okay, then I'll do with you. Just a kind of punishment you get as a kind of maybe bullying you. The student, they can also help the students, maybe orient them on counseling. Maybe you meet this kind of situation, but I don't know how to buy. Some students, they have the fear that if I tell this person, how will the matter go? You get it? How will the person take it? Yeah, so you tell them the importance of counseling so that at least the person knows, oh, even if I go through this kind of situations, if I meet these kind of challenges, I have someone who that I can talk to. You get it? So counseling can also help. You get it?
Okay. It's fine, but for me, what I would say is, regardless of who they are, we need to accept them as one of our own, one of a kind actually. We need to really accept who they are. We can never change them.
Yeah,
some too can be changed and change their mindset to be changed, but then if they are not ready to change, just leave them, because we are not perfect. We will one day be before our creator.
Yeah, and definitely we have a society that we have these people among us.
Sure.
You get it? So even the school, as I said,
it's everywhere.
Yeah, they can provide social clubs. That will provide an accepting environment for these kind of people, so that they won't feel isolated. You get it?
It's fine.
And parents also have a role to play here.
Sure.
Because some parents, they've been like, in quotes, like monsters to their children.
No, it starts from the home.
Sure.
When the parents find out that their son or their daughter is engaging in stores, they actually push them out, shout at them, and this actually it makes them go into depression. It creates a stigma.
Sure.
It's a stigma. When they go out, they can't. It now brings down their self-esteem.
It starts from their home.
The home, yes.
The home. Most people who actually experience stigmatization, it rise from the home.
Yeah, but maybe there was a day that you were watching television with your dad or your mom, and this kind of acts was on the scene. Maybe the kind of comments your dad made or your mom made, and maybe along the way you encounter it. He said, hey, when I was watching the movie with my mom the other time, she made a comment that if my child was supposed to do it, I'll kill him or her. Do you get it? So if you encounter such a problem, say, hey, then if I go to tell her, she will kill me.
That makes me remember Empire. It's a popular series, a movie, Empire. When Jumo, a very popular singer, and it's very good. When he was little, and Lucius found out that he's a gay, Lucius went to drop him in the trash. Drop him in the trash. A very small boy, drop him in the trash. So you find out all this from the parents, from the father, the mother, from the friends too. Yeah. So when they don't like it, it creates a stigma for them, and it brings down their self-esteem. They can't go out to associate with other person because they think that they are different and everything.
And so, sometimes too, people, people are into such act, or people are lesbians, gays. Particularly, I've also heard that they are actually people who spread HIV/AIDS.
Oh.
Yes, that's one of the stigma. One of the stigma they actually.
So that's kind of perception people have about them.
Yeah, that's they are those people who spread HIV/AIDS, and it's because I read an article, I think on one of the sites. But that was like they said they spread HIV/AIDS and then HIV and AIDS, sure, and then they also most of the sexually transmitted infections are actually them. But you see, sometimes there is a story. When I was very young, I was actually I think I heard there was this one doctor who was very known. I've forgotten his name, but was in Ghana. He's very known, and then he used to buy presents for this very young guy. Anytime he visited, the mother too thought it was just a normal, an early, what was it, small boy, friendship. They not knowing he was sodomizing this gentleman. And then the guy was diagnosed of having HIV. Very small boy, like 15 years or so.
Wow.
But I'll also tell people who are into this act, you also need to have self-esteem. Though I'm not saying it's a good habit, but you also have to get self-esteem. You get it? Because people, they feel inferior. That's why sometimes they commit suicide and then they get depressed. You also need to find yourself in a social gathering, in a particular group that will help you increase your health. You get it?
Exactly.
Mr. Edward, please, can you have last words?
Okay, fine. Well, viewers out there, whoever is a gay, is a lesbian, whatever, just have self-esteem, as my patient said. You need to have self-esteem, believe in yourself, trust in yourself. If you think it's a bad habit, you can change. If it's not a bad, continue and be who you are. Nobody is perfect. We are all trying to actually help improve ourselves. And so, who are also, people are into such, I know, yes, you need to actually frequently visit the hospital because it comes with its own problem. So, yes, that's what I can tell you. Have a good day too.
Okay. Elvis.
Okay. Viewers out there, please, if you find out that you're gay or you're lesbian, you're into the gay, transgender, whatever, even bisexual, please don't kill yourself. We need you in this world. You are very important in this world. So seek help. If you find out that you're in the society that your parents, even your friends don't buy the idea, they won't discriminate you, please seek help. Go for counseling and everything. Please don't kill yourself. Thank you.
Okay. And please, my lovely viewers out there, I will say that homosexuality is not an alternative lifestyle. Please stick to what you believe in, okay? Viewers, I hope you really enjoyed today's program. As I said earlier on, that the Daily Trend brings you nothing but the best. This program is brought to you this and every Tuesday at 8:15 a.m. You can send us your comments on our social media handles, Facebook and Instagram, The Daily Trend at The Daily Trend TDT. Have a lovely day.